What's up? It's the Pickleball Dad here with the All Drive No Drop team, bringing you the Franklin Tour series of pickleball paddles, the newest line in the Franklin family. So let's just get into the specs because there's 4 different paddles, 2 different shapes. Both shapes come in 14 and 16. So let's break those specs down real quick. So if you buy right now, you do get a box with a full body case, 2 balls, a paddle eraser, great value for $150. But let's get into the specs because that's what we want to hear about. So it comes in 2 shapes. We have a standard shape at 16 inches long and 8 inches wide, and that is called the Tempo. And then the Dynasty is the elongated shape at 16.5 and 7.5 inches in width. So core thicknesses differ between 14 and 16. You can get that in either shape. The handle length I will talk about right after this, but I don't think the 5.6 is accurate. I was measuring more 5.4. The 5 inches seems to be accurate for the standard shapes. And then the weights do come in a different, quite a few ranges, and all mine were weighing on the heavier side. All of them were pretty manageable except for the Dynasty 16 millimeter. I think that could start to creep up there for some people. I do notice that it is wrong on my grid here, but bear with me. And then the swing weights, you do have 134 for the Tour Dynasty at 16 millimeter, which is the highest, and that's the one that's going to give people an issue if you do find yourself struggling with swing weight. But everything has a great twist weight. Really didn't notice any issues with control or any issues with the sweet spots on any of them. Of course, the 14s are going to pop off faster, so that will give you some issues in control. But let's jump in real quick to the handle comparison with the Mach 1 Forza and how these play. 5.6 inches. This is the Mach 1 Forza from Volair, which is a 5.5 inch handle, and you can see that the handle length is longer. I think that the Dynasty handle length is more of a 5.4 inch handle length. Just keep that in mind if you really want that 5.6. Two-handed backhands are fine. That's all. The grip is amazing. Love the grip. So Franklin was trying to make these, a pro-weighted paddle right out of the box. You don't need to make any modifications. And I think they nailed that. I don't feel like any of these paddles need modifications. I mean, of course you can, but I think it's great that they don't need modifications, and you can, let your edge guard shine. You don't have to mess with lead tape, buy the tungsten tape. But I know some people, they just like to make that anyway. So the premium grip is great. Feel like it helps with twisting in your hand because it's so tacky. And I felt like it was never slipping on me. Let's just jump into the main power, control, and spin. Right off the bat, we'll go with the spin. The spin's great on all these paddles. I generated the most spin with the Dynasty 14. So that's just usually how it goes for me. The elongated shapes, I usually generate more spin, but all of these are great. They're not elite like the Volair Mach 1 and 2 Forzas, but I don't think you'll have any issues generating spin. So let's jump into power and pop. For generally the 14s on here, they're going to generate more pop. Both 14s, great pop. I was body bagging a lot of people just with short punches. I loved it, and really just so crisp on those punches. You can hear that, boom. So, and then the 16s, they're okay. It's an average pop. It's not great, but where the 16s shine is the power, especially the 16 millimeter Dynasty. It hits so hard. And I mean, we're talking about a paddle. Mine was at 8.8 something ounces. It just has so much power and so much plow through on the ball that you're going to be able to finish. It's just, can you control that weight? That's up to you, how strong you are. Do you have forearms like JW? I don't know. So, and then the power on the 14s is about average for thermoformed. So if you are looking to get that great power and you can control the weight, then go with the 16 millimeter. If you're okay with average power and you really want that pop, go with the 14 millimeter. That would be my recommendation. And then, pick which handle length and shape that you would like there. And then on the control, the 14s were a little harder to control due to that pop. So the sweet spot is great on all of them. It's just for the 14s, it's coming off so hard, especially on when you're trying to reset low. It's a little harder to do. The ball's just jumping off so fast. You really have to soften your grip a lot. But the 16s, especially the 16 Dynasty Tour, you are gonna love how easy it is to reset. All of them block great at the net. The twist with the high twist weights on these, it's just so solid in your hand blocking anything. Any drives, blocking in the transition zone, resetting from there. It's not as bad. It's just when you get closer with the 14s, it's a little harder to control. And then I did have problems with the 16 millimeters on the dinks just due to the weight, getting used to it, and trying to flick like low. Those are a little harder. So wrap up into the conclusion. For $150, I think that this paddle is worth it. Of course, there's stiff competition, but if you're really interested in the Franklin brand and you're really interested in a pro-weighted paddle, I think this could be a great choice for you, especially with the 4 different options. You have to love that they're giving you those different options. My personal favorite of the series is the Dynasty 14 millimeter. I just really enjoyed the pop, the maneuverability at the net, and I'm willing to sacrifice a little bit of control for that extra pop, and I don't need the extra finishing power, so I'm willing to give that up. But let's just talk about one more thing. It's the durability. I felt that these have the edge guards not coming loose. I've tried to pull these apart. I've banged it on the ground a few times, not on purpose, just during play. Haven't noticed any issues with quality of the build, so I'm not worried about that. And I have not heard anyone else having an issue with it, although these have not been out that long. So leave it a comment if you have had problems with it. And then also leave a comment or ask me a question in the comments if you have any more questions I didn't answer in this video, and I will get to you on those. I really did enjoy this, and I think I will use these pulling these out of my bag, because it's just it's fun to have that extra weight, especially the 16 millimeter, the Dynasty. I want to give it more go and just see if I can really get adjusted to it. So overall, I enjoyed it. $150 for the paddle racer, and the full body case I think is worth of the competition, although there's a lot of competition. So, and feel free to use my code ALLDRIVE-NO-DROP at the franklin.com store website. And then if you want to, subscribe, like, share the video. Thank you very much. This was the Pickleball Dad with the All Drive No Drop team. Thank you very much. Have a good day.